Hi, I'm Dr. Dorothy Armstrong and I'm part of the Sensibility project over the last year. And today I'm in Molehill Library, which hosts the most amazing sensory room, which will be wonderful for children who can get overwhelmed or anxious when they're coming into new places. So here I am in the sensory room and there's some fabulous features. You've got these lovely relaxing colours. There's relaxing floor coverings and lovely lights that can be adjusted and things to touch. And it's incredible, and it just shows the welcome there is for neurodiverse people in the library setting. And honestly, this library could be used by any age, whether it's maybe an older adult with dementia or a young autistic child. What would be a really good idea would be to show them this little clip before they come so they know what to expect, because that can be more relaxing for them. We hope you really enjoy this sensory room and that we get loads of use from it. What I want to talk to you today about is this sensory kit. Now, we have a number of kits that can be borrowed through the Sensibility project for children with additional needs. Having a sensory kit is really important, and this is just an example of one. And what you'll want to do for your child is build their own sensory kit over time. Children, particularly autistic children, really need ways that they can calm and regulate themselves, because the world can be really overwhelming. It's very noisy, it's very bright, and there's a lot that's happening that can make them very anxious. And if you have a sensory kit when you're young, you can develop that and change it. So even as an adult, you have the idea of having a sensory kit or a little kit. It's like a first aid kit, a kit where you can recover when things have been really overwhelming for you. So let me show you what's in the kit we've put together for you here for you to borrow. This is a cuddle loop, and this is fantastic because that kind of pushing in or cuddling in is incredibly calming. It's deep touch, and deep touch is very calming for people who are overloaded, and it's deep touch on your own terms. So you don't have to have a hug from someone else if you don't want touch at all, but you're getting that for calming yourself. So that's a beautiful item we have in the kit. Another thing we have is to do with the visual. So we've got this little piece here, and when my own son was very young, we had one of these for him, and he really found that very relaxing just to watch that going down. And there you go. And if that works for your child, that might be something you could even purchase and have for them going forward. So you'll see how that goes and how calming that can be just to watch. So it could be you're sitting down, you have your cuddle loop, and you also have that on a table to watch. Let me show you another visual item we have, because the visual system, as you will know from your children, that system is a really good one to help with regulating and relaxation. This is a little glitter wand, and if you watch that, you'll see the glitter comes up and down very slowly, and that's incredibly relaxing. Because our kids, our neurodiverse children, particularly people with autistic people, have this amazing visual system and can see all kinds of detail. And this is just feeding into the gifts they already have, and it helps them with relaxing. And you can see the little stars and things moving there, and how lovely that can be when you're overwhelmed. And it's very empowering when you've got things that you can do that are going to be relaxing for you. This is just touch. Touch is another system that can help with regulating, just having things to fidget with. And again, this is lovely. This feels very satisfying. Satisfying is a word autistic people often use. It feels satisfying. That means it's regulating and calming. So being able to pinch at that and pull at that can be really helpful. And we've other nice tactiles in here. And it's getting to know what your child likes and needs so that they can build their own kit. These can be lovely. You can put them in your palm and just roll them, and you're getting some lovely tactile input that again can be very calming, or that can be used just to roll along your arm or your back, and again that can be very calming and regulating when you're just feeling overwhelmed. But please be careful. If your child is overwhelmed, don't be coming up to them with something like that. Make sure it's their choice and it's something that they feel will help them. Because if we come up touching someone and they don't want to be touched, that can make everything so much worse. Here's two little balls. There's a little red one and a green one, and we all know how important colour can be. So you can see whether these are colours that might work for the child. And these are lovely pieces again. You can roll in your hands for calming, or across your hands, or again along your arm or along your back, and giving that nice deep touch that can be very relaxing for the child when they're overwhelmed. And then lastly in this kit, we have this fantastic little rainbow light device. And that can be lovely in a bedroom. Some children find it very difficult to go to sleep. And for neurotypical children, you might say, okay, we need complete darkness, we need lack of sound. But as a child with sensory sensitivity, every odd noise or every flicker of light is alerting. So if you bring in a little bit of soft light that's constant, that works really well. And you can also play around with some sounds in the background as well, some white noise, and that can be very helpful. But this is a lovely little amazing rainbow projector, and you can see whether that works well for your child. So what we're really encouraging you to do is think of a sensory kit as a first aid kit, so that when your child is very anxious or very overwhelmed, they've something that they can do to help themselves calm, with a view to, as they get older, knowing that's something that they might want to create for themselves. So as an adult, they'll have their very own sensory kit and know how to self-regulate. So we hope that will be helpful to you. Thank you very much.